I lyrical
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you, I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask him my jamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money. Another forget now ya to money. That's the thing. Another forget now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The session, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nimba to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv is the best in Liberia. Sktv is the best in Africa. And from matter of fact, indeed, we are the best around the world. What a way to say the pleasant good evening, folks. And you know, this is how we will start. In fact, this is how we're starting this show this evening. So to those of you who just joined, let me say the pleasant good evening to all of you. Yeah, you know, he said, but God be God, God is there, though, you know. They're saying, right, that God can come monkey head. You know, the head you see on the animals, so that you see some of the animals very heritage. You see, oh, wow. No, I like the head on the animals, you know, but the God. So the God can come monkey head. So the head you see on the monkeys and so forth is God. So, folks, good evening. Let's start the show. Today is Tuesday. Having to be the what? The 12th of August. For matter of fact, this day is wonderful. So many activities, so many things ongoing, especially in Nimba County, to be specific, in district number 5. Yes, indeed, district number 5, in Nimba County. There's by-elections ongoing. Yes, in Nimba County. By this time, those of you who are in queue already, that means if you're already standing in queue, that means you'll be allowed to vote, but attend the polling places. By this time should be closed. That means because the voting starts by 8 o'clock, you know, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's the thing. So in that part of Nimba, there's holiday there. Yeah, you know, these are kind of, I don't know why the president even declared that. But again, that's it. The people say, in fact, they're already aware already. So that part of the entire Nimba, the election business and so forth. But folks, good evening and welcome. What a way to see, welcome all of you. Those of you who always follow us via the radio, let me say many thanks to all of you. Yes, indeed, those of you always calling and also giving your own input, you know. But before coming on the show, you know, yeah, this video, you know, we did Lily, you know, attacking the law enforcement officer, you know, yes, indeed, I think it's bad. Yeah, you know, while we're sharing the show, let me just be chipping in with that quickly. You know, it's bad. You know, and that's the fact. It's bad, and don't do that. You know, that's not the right way to go about with these things. Look, some of you don't even understand. You know, these police officers, these soldiers, the security officers, the nurses, they at least for the data of them, they don't be okay at least. But for the nurses, the security, these people they struggle a lot. Nothing good, nothing. And they themselves they have their own family stress, they have family issues, they have all of these things on their mind. Don't see them like that, Yeah, hey God, yeah. The way you can say what is sweating, say, they say, well, better go to I mean, what they can be sweating, you can't know. Those of you that know all of these things. So that's the thing. You will see people sweating. You will not know what that person carrying inside them. Don't just see the clothes on them like that. Then you think that all is well. No. So to our people, Liberians, I appealing to all of you. We all may disagree. I saw another video when I was red light. I saw I think a PPCC, PCC or what kind of sorry, no, PCC officer. Okay. So Mr. Connor will join us very soon, but at least let's share the show so that we can hit at the 200 to 300. So PCC, I saw the marketeers. I don't know what a marketeer, some a lady and a police officer was the PCC officer was fighting. This thing not right. I will come to the law enforcement people too, but let me say this to that video. Let me look for that video and play it. Look, sometimes the way you go out, the way you talk to people, the way you interact with people, it meant for people to either respect you or they respect you. Let me tell some of you don't even know. You hear these voices on the radio every time, and then people too, they can want to see us. They don't even know us. Sometimes we can even bump into some things like that, Then by the time we, the way we when we handle issues, some of us, that's why you see some of us without no issue with people. Let me tell you, I went to Red Light one time before I go back to our sister where I'm looking for a video. I went to Red Light one time, I'm on a motorbike. So the police officer, pulled the bag guy over, I nearly fall. So I said, well, officer, why? He said, no, let me park. I don't want to talk to you. The manager, that way me, I get interact with them, but they don't know some of us. I don't want to talk to you. So I said, okay, no problem, sir. So the guy parked the back. I didn't park it. The motorcycle won't put out. No, park the back. Don't worry. So the man parked the back. After the man finished parking the back, the man will say, I want to, after a few, 1 or 2 minutes, come back. Yeah. And in fact, the guy called and said, officer, hello, sir. Will you listen to me? He said, okay, yeah. Go ahead. Call my name. I introduce myself. He said, I want to see your ID. I show my ID. The police officer hugged me straight. He said, my man, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. So the motorcycle told her you were really confused. But who are you? I said, no, it's not matter who I am or this and that, all that. It's not an issue. Now go now, carry me to where I'm going. Because I was going somewhere very fast to get some kind of report and so forth. So I'm not into fighting business. Now how that other issue was solved. What if video quickly? Let me play the video, Mr. Kane, go in though. I know we just started the show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm here listening to you, enjoying you.
Okay, that's
You
yeah.
know,
These are kind of my
talking about
experience.
talking about
Yeah,
the
we are
story in
people.
Liberia. Yeah,
So that Mr. Khan, I was saying before you come in, before we show, or maybe in fact we'll just talk about that video with our sister. I don't think that was good. So Mr. Khan, these are things sometimes these law enforcement officers, let me tell you, Mr. Khan, they don't know some of us. We always advocating for them, talking for them, even though that was doing it, they on our back, they calling us all sort of names. But we always here for these people and talking for them. But they want to see us. Some of them they don't know us like that. So when this kind of thing happen, the way our citizen can move in with anger, Mr. Kane, for me, I don't get it. Some of the police officers they making $90 or 150, even below 125. Some of these security officers. So when you vent your anger on them, I know things are difficult. Things are hard, Mr. Kane, but you think that's the right way to behave, even when things are everywhere, Mr. Kane, to just vent anger on people?
yeah. Actually, I didn't actually watch the actual video you're talking about, and I never follow it. But generally speaking, most of the people in the security apparatus, they are frustrated. They have not been paid. They work more than the people that they've been protecting in terms of the leadership. They are guarding people, some of whom making $15,000 a month, $10,000, $8,000, and some of those useless assistant ministers and deputy ministers making 2,500, $3,000, and some minister making $5,000, $6,000. While they are making that much, Mom, man, welcome. How are you?
Well, not much. Another day. I'm just playing catch up now. I'm not following up with a lot of issues happening because I've been so busy this week. At least anytime I get a little
Man,
station
you must need to talk. The last time I was calling you, I needed your brain on something, but I didn't get you. You called me back there. I was busy too.
Yeah, I think I call you back. Yeah, but hit
You
me
did.
up. Call
Yeah,
me.
after the show, we got to talk because you know what?
Mm.
It's like coming to join Donald Trump because I want make money.
Look at this guy.
The Donald Trump money can make money in the country. I come to join Donald Trump. Remember, you follow me.
Mm.
Oh no, I like the G's. What? You said? No. What's Steve like you
Uh,
agree to the kind of
no,
things, the
no,
kind of
no,
privilege?
but I'm just joking, man. I'm not gonna join
I
Donald
know,
Trump.
I know, I know, Mr. Cannon.
But I gotta tell you more because more understand, when it comes to business, more understand business in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Melbourne, like I was saying, man, the people who are in government, you know, they don't care about the police.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
don't care about security officers. They don't care about AFL. I remember, back in Liberia when I used to work in some security apparatus, the AFL was, it's like a laughing stock. People used to be laughing at AFL soldiers. They make food out of them. They use them as fun bucks. And then the SSU was SSU president before they were transformed to ATU. The SSU guys that were making $100, $150 to $200 a month, they were the big boys. AFL went to 2 year, 3 year with no pay. I'm not talking about small pay with nothing at all, zero. So I used to associate with a lot of other security agencies, whether the NSA, the NBI, there was a joint security team, comprised of NSA, DIS, and NBI and everything. People were there making $300, $400, $500. Why if a guy would do nothing? We're making no money at all. Police officers, traffic police officer, they were the best police officer in the country because what they had access to money from drivers. SOD officers at Stephen Thomas Estate Junction there, you used to have a checkpoint there. Every taxi, every buses that will pass, you give them money. In fact, it was like a susu. By the time the bus get there, the bus driver will park on the side, the cowboy will just get out and run and get their money. I'm trying to say this, that these things are not new. But the reason why we have elections, reason why we always going for new election, looking for new leaders because we want things to look different. We want the life to change for the better. We want police officers, even if they are not making the $10,000, the $15,000, the $8,000 you guys are making, but at least give them something that is sustainable, something that can keep them and their family alive, something that they can give to their family. That when they go to work, they come back, they say, Papa, I come from work. But if in the country, how come one senator, one representative will be making $10,000, $8,000, and then getting gas money, getting free car for doing nothing, and love, and then police officers and AFL people that are protecting the country, protecting life and properties, providing safety for our people. When something happens, the first thing you do, you call police. But you don't want to see police when you are the perpetrator. But once you're the victim, you always call on the police. But police are here there anyway, even America here. A lot of people, they don't let them see the police. But when something happens, they want to call the police first for protection. So it is the government, at least, that's supposed to pay attention to them. But if you don't do that, you are putting your citizen in problem. Because the police officer is not getting at least living wages that somebody just mentioned. I think Yomotu said it. If they're not getting that, you know what happened? They will fall back on the citizens. The citizens will get the burden because they will harass them, they will stop them just to get something from them, so for them to leave. If they're not a taxi driver, they're a motorball rider, or common citizen. In Liberia, when you call the police officer or you call police, say you got something going on, they tell you they're mobile gas. You pull it in the police car. You that is the or you who is a victim, you have to give police officer something to go and make arrest. That's not how it's supposed to be. All the money these guys are wasting on themselves, if they distribute that money equitably, I swear to God, every police zone or depot in Liberia will have not less than 10 to 20 police cars. 10 to 20 police cars. You have a system where when you dial 911, the police will locate you exactly where you are. You don't have to tell them where you are. By the time you call them, you go there. The money is there, but they are not using the money. They are just putting the money in their pocket while the country suffer. So Melbourne, everything that's going on in the country, whether it's police officer, whether it's AFL, or all the people who are under pay, it is the government problem. And most of them are afraid to take action to do anything that will bring the government attention to them because of what happened. The 14-year civil war. It kind of traumatized everybody. Nobody want to go to anything rather than the war. But mind you, when your back is to the wall, you have nowhere else to go, you will bounce back. And I hope the Boaga government will pay attention to our police officers. They will pay attention to our security, officers, so that we can have a peaceful country. Let it revisit the pay, the salary for these people. It's not good. So that's what I have to say, Melbourne. I hope they will listen.
Yeah,
Wow.
Mr. Kana, you've been around, especially when it comes to the issue of security and so forth. You've been observing. Before more coming quickly, I just wanted to chip in with a question on you or to you about because Mr. Kana, there are a wide range of fights between citizens and police officers. If if the police officer harassing the citizen, maybe because of, like, for example, even or those marketeers, sometimes I don't get it, Mr. Cannon. For example, someone sell some, or maybe they are selling little or somebody horse whole things like the broom and these things just to survive. But you will see that a certain police officer, for example, will go there and fight that person so that take the goods in the name of implementing or law and according order. But then if you go back, Mr. Cannon, all these things stay the same. Years in, years out, there's no graduation. The things are still the same. So, Mr. Cannon, are these things happening because of poor system, no paid, nobody want to pay attention? LDA to the understand they are crying. They have no three of vehicles according to them. There's no logistics, no attention being given. But Mr. Cannon, and these people, they are still working. Yeah.
So to answer your question, the reason is very simple. The reason is because we have not had a responsible government or functioning government that actually mean well for Liberia and the Liberian people. That's a problem. Neighbor, let me tell you, if police officers, traffic police, were stopping drivers for infractions, for doing the wrong thing, or for wrongful parking, or for driving on the wrong way, and give you ticket, and not take $1 from you, just give you ticket straightforward, and you go, the payment for that ticket, you go to Ministry of Finance, you make your payment for the ticket, they give you clear receipt, and when you come with that receipt, they don't take $5 from you, unless if you have to pay storage fee at the police station. People will respect the police people. And the police officer, when you call them for something, they will come there. First of all, they worry about what happened. Are you okay? And then they arrest the perpetrator. People will respect the police officer. If in the country, police officer pull you over, they ask you, where's your driver license? Where's your insurance? Where's your registration? And you show them, they let you go free. They don't ask you for anything, they will be respected. But how would they do that? They are not getting paid. They are not stopping you because you don't have paper. They are not stopping you because you're doing the wrong thing. They are not stopping you because you park improperly. They are stopping you because they want to get something for you to eat. If you don't, and if I'm feeling you, I will not have no respect for you. You stop me for no reason, and I know you stopping me for no reason. You just taking money from me. You're going to want to survive. I know your survival depends on me. How would I respect you? That's the problem. We don't have responsible government. Not just this government. Labra has been like that for a very long time. But I can tell you, Melbourne, if we have responsible government, let's say 2029, CMC wins the election. Hmm? I'm talking right now. Then people will take these recordings. Say, oh, you were saying S, Y, and Z when you were in power. You were saying S, Y, and Z when Joseph Barker was in power. How are you guys going to do it? Or what are you guys doing? Things will change. Therefore, let me tell you something. Even healthcare, Labrador have enough money that can be redirected to healthcare, wherein most of these people that are working in government, they can go to hospital, their family people can go to hospital without taking money directly from them. There are a lot of subsidies that can be allotted to those things. In fact, if you remember you are working, you're getting your salary on time for 2FM, you're getting paid on time. You will not mind paying a little bit for insurance, health insurance. When you get sick, when your wife gets sick, when your wife pregnant, you go to hospital, they charge the insurance company. You don't have to pay nothing for your pocket. because why? You're getting paid. You're getting money because you're working for the money. But in Liberia, those who are working, those who are not working, we all the same. As a matter of fact, people who are suffering are not considered as human beings. When your wife is sick, your mother is sick, your wife is in labor, you go to the hospital, they say you got to buy gloves. When they put that on, you put that on bed, they say nobody's going to touch you until you pay X, Y, and Z money before they touch the person, the sick person. So these are because we don't have responsible governments. I'm not sure what the Liberian people want, but at the end of the day we vote in real government, responsible government that know about governance, that understand what belongs to the people, definitely Liberia will change that time. But again, it will take a while, and the root cause of the problems in Liberia, because we don't have responsible government, we have so corrupt-minded people, criminals that wouldn't care about their pocket and their family and their girlfriends, and care less about the rest of the people. But then those who supposed to be holding their accountable themselves, they are confused, they are traumatized. They don't even
follow question quickly, Mr. Kane. So are these people volunteering? Because if you make not less than, most of the people they are making less than 150. Because if you make 150 in the era and time, then that means you are doing voluntary basis, because maybe you're not paying transportation. So is that because they are doing voluntary work? That's why they are behaving maybe the way some of them are behaving, like you just stated, that they are not stopping you because of documents, but they are stopping you because they have to survive.
Yeah. And because they're accustomed to that, and we kind of make it look like these things are normal. Like it's okay. Do you know the belief in a lot of Liberians, especially young people, they believe that when you become a police officer, the good thing they'll be being a police officer because you get the right to stop the people in traffic and take money from them. They don't know that being a police officer is for you to protect life and property. It's for you to be respected. And for you to get a living and healthcare insurance under what you do, through what you do, through work. So yes, maybe the people are accustomed to it because they believe that it's normal. They think it's okay. But until we ourselves, Liberian people, can decide to say, you know what, this is not what we deserve better. We want to live the life like people living in America, in England, in Netherlands, in Europe, in other part of Europe. If you only can think like that, until we can think like that, we're still going to believe that whatever we have right now is what we deserve.
Thank you, Mr. Kana. Yes, thank you. Mark, what say you, my dear brother? Good evening and welcome. I have a friend.
Man, not much. I'm doing great. I just enjoying the conversation, and I think everything Sekou says is a reality. These things are not new, but the question is, you cannot help people who are not ready to help themselves in Liberia. Our people, the vast majority of them, don't know what they want. We cannot have a clear national agenda if we don't know where we are going. How will you know the road that will take you there? That's where the problem is in Liberia. I think we are one of the many platforms that spend most of our time talking about issues that affects folks the most, instead of the regular politics and the bickering that you find on almost every platform. Some of them find interest in the politics, but at least we talk mostly about national issue. And Sekou said it right. Look, the last time Young, my dad told me, back in the days, the typical officer was making $250, right? US dollars back then in the 80s. Okay, if you do a simple time value of money calculation, $1 in 1980 money is worth $3.90 today. That's almost 300% increase. So technically, if you want to do the adjustment, then the average officer should be making close to $850 in US dollars equivalent. But I know that is not possible now. But at least you cannot tell me someone in 1980 make more than what someone is making today, even though the inflation and the cost of living is much higher than 1980. That's extreme poverty. You don't have a job. You look at people, and the reason they call them Silver 7, because these are the people that add direct value to the society. If we want to do a calculation on who impact your life more, the police officer, the firefighter, the doctors, the nurses, the school teacher, they are the ones that are direct impact to society. Without them, we will cease to exist. Remember, if you don't have teachers teaching a little dollar, who do you think you're going to become in society? If people cannot protect life and property, what do you think is going to happen to the entire community or entire society at large? But these people are the ones that have been paid the least. Maybe at a certain point in life, a certain point in time, if you're familiar with that area near the La Carre Mission, right? The intersection there, when you pass by the Ray field going to Broadway in Virginia, right? When you get to the La Carre Mission School, it's an intersection. There's a road leading that going to Virginia, then the other one going deep out into Broadway. There used to be a John security checkpoint over there because I used to live there before. When we go over there, the Iron Gate, where I'm talking about, like the intersection, you go to La Carre Mission when you turn right. I mean, if you're coming from the Tualasa, if you're going left, you go into La Carre Mission. If you're going right, you go into Virginia. Then when you go straight, they mean going deeper into Broadway. I used to see those cars, like those market women and all those cars that used to be plowing from Bombing, Cape Mount, bringing goods to or to Morovia, right? When these people arrive at that checkpoint, the driver and the car boy would just jump from the car, and they go to the police checkpoint, they will give them something. I never saw those guys running behind cars, begging, because that respect was there. I'm talking about wartime, just immediate after the war. So I thought maybe 20, 25 years, we're supposed to be better than what we used to be 2-3 decades ago. But we are getting worse. It is the total opposite. It is the reverse. I never saw it in my lifetime in Liberia growing up to see a policeman being dragged on the hood of a car. Never. Maybe. Even the simple thing like trash, the level of trash, the pile of trash I have seen around the city, I've never seen that even during the war. So you ask yourself, what is happening in the country? You look at our national budget, you get 90%, 9 out of every $10 is being spent on recurring expenditure, which is paycheck, goods and services. But then the question is, if you are spending that much money on salaries and benefit, why the people who need the most are not getting it? Like I said, it's Civil 7. But today I saw something from Page Africa, credit to them, or the CSA, or the Civil Service Agency submitted something on draft or commissioner bill to the House. I don't know. Maybe they are making some recommendation or request. I'm yet to see the details. Maybe I just want to give that news here for our audience sake. But I don't know. Maybe there might be something in it for them or a form of a proposal, and we'll see how the government is going to follow up, because this thing is becoming a disgrace. It's a total breakdown of society, and something needs to be done effective immediately. But like I said, I'm yet to read the details of the bill. It's just a draft bill. Maybe there are some great ideas in it, how we can make sure we improve the pay and the benefit of some of the people that give us direct services in Liberia. Like I said, firefighter, police, military personnel, teachers, nurses, doctors. These people are the one. And I think you mentioned Congo use the perfect phrase. They don't have to be rich, but you give them a living wage, something that can sustain them to believe that, you know what, I have a job. Because in life, brother, your job is a dignity. It's the only thing that separates man from anybody. When God created a human being, he gave Adam a job before he could give Adam a woman. You got to have a job, because in the absence of a job, society will cease to function. Even the government itself. What government depends on? Taxes. How do you get taxes? You must get a job. When you get a job, you make income before the government can get taxes. So how in the world, the people who are the most value, that give us the most service, they are the least paid? I don't think it's fair. And maybe some of the callers will call today will want to get their feedback concerning the thing about living wages and Civil 7. Trust me on that.
Wonderful, Mark. I don't think it's fair, and that's Mark. Thank you. You are quite correct. You're good to go, because you know, these are things that our nurses they go through, and you know, all the time people insult them. Yeah, when you go to the clinic or when you go to the hospital, the nurses, they just that they play on, because most of the people 5 years, 10 years, someone still doing voluntary work more. So the person will feel about no need my lifetime. I already, you know, spending all of my time just volunteering for free basis to people, and I'm not getting anything in reward. And they say that, Mark, when you are sick, you're gone. Even that company that you work for, or even that institute that you work for, they'll be thinking about how to replace you. So that salary you work for is what for you. So when money and Mr. Collins stated previously should be given to you, then for that money to be kept, or maybe like something that you're begging people for back to back. But again,
before Ali come, let me just say something based on what you just said, right? The reason some of us will keep talking about this thing, right? Psychologically, maybe your wages determine how you perform on your job. That's just a basic human instinct. People respond to incentive. When people pay you decent wages and that wages are on time, it can take care of you. Maybe you put in more time, you put in more effort. Even when you go home, your job still be on your mind. That's why you can see people can say, oh, I'm away from my work, but I'm still working, because the person, when you incentivize people, it brings out the best in them. Why would you think a policeman in the case of an emergency want to leave his wife and family to go and jump in the street at night because he want to save someone else's life? It won't motivate him to do that because his salary alone is not even justifiable. And you cannot get better services if you cannot give people a living wage or living wages. Anyway, I stop there, guys. Let me turn over to
Yeah, thank you, Brother Ali. Welcome to the Tuesday edition again. Yesterday you were really hot, but thank God, Ali, that you're back.
Yeah, thank you there, Mabon. Good afternoon, Brazilian Mom, Mr. Kane, and our audience. Yes, glad to be here. Are you there, Mabon?
Yes, we're getting you though.
Yes. The issue when it comes to security in the country, this is government in, government out. And one thing I know, everybody in this country, people can be satisfied with your salary, but at least something that you can carry home that can be able to take care of you and your family. And if you can even set 75 to 80% of your responsibility. But in Liberia, we see our people, their expenditures are more than their income. You see, and for me, the only way I know Liberia is going to go forward, we need real constitutional reform. This nonsense of buying government officials $45,000 car after 3 years you buy another one, we need to cut it off. This thing here giving people scratch card, we need to cut it off. Giving people gas money, we need to cut all of this thing off. What legislation the people really making in the impact of we the Liberian people that the state to benefit? All of these facilities they are getting, all of these benefits, what they are really doing? You see, what laws are they making in the interest of the citizen that you give in all of these things? Even when you buy them for the $5,000 car, after last 6 years, you appraise the car and know the value. If the person wanted to buy it and they can't afford, they leave it there. You see? But I don't really know if we can't call this thing or I don't know where we are going. We need to call out this wasteful spending, put the money in the budget so that at least doctors and nurses that are saving life out there can be able to go home at the end of the month with something good to take care of their children. Instead of somebody coming, the moment they put medicine in the hospital, they taking it from there to go put it in their own drugstore. Police are in the street harassing people. Why you think police now will be getting on keke, getting on motorbike, sitting on car wheels? Because they are being underpaid. Police there, they are there to protect lives and property. They are being underpaid. And then you see somebody going home with 15,000, 12,000, managers, director, and the government account, they decide how much to pay their own ministers in their own administration. I think this thing it should be something that is set that any minister you come, this position you making 5,000. Any director you can, this position you making 4,000. Lawmakers, the city, we should get a fixed salary for these people instead of they determine their own salary when Sekou Kane become president. Say for my minister, then they will be making 20,000. The day Monka say for my own minister, then they will make 25,000. These are some of the things that make our country we are not going anywhere. Till we can cut those wasteful spending, we will still get more time to be talking. It is not good the way our police are being treated. You go to LDEA, you go to immigration, you go to Liberia National Police, all of these things. People still working in Liberia to be making $80, $125. Look at the duration now. Schools are about to open. You see, your house rent alone, the money age and time, even the labor law, they need to do some amendment on the labor law in the country. You see, these are things they need to work on. Other than that, we still see police harassment and other things in the country. You get LDEA officers. They are working on, they are there as volunteers. Then you say you want to fight drugs in the country. What sense does that make? You get doctors and nurses, when they graduate, they go do volunteer work. I know people who just graduated from SMAD and other nursing school. They are doing volunteer work in the country. And you expect them, when they bring medicine, when they get access to it, they will not go put it in a drugstore. So that's somebody they will say, you need to give me some money so I can be looking up to your sister, your daughter, or your child in the hospital. We see this thing happening. The oldest country in Africa, but we are the worst. We are the least.
Well, right. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Kana, go
ahead. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Mabel. You know, let me say this. I have a question for you guys, all three of you. You know, whether it's the CDC government, Unity Party, and all the government in the past, what gives them so much confidence to say whenever you talk about a better government, whenever you talk about development, talk about living wages, talk about good salary for nurses, talk about good salary for police officers, for airfield officers, for everybody within the security apparatus. Every time you talk about civil servants' salary being raised, every time you talk about taking away wasteful spending, whether for the lawmakers or for the ministers or for the president, the same government in power will tell you, say, you are wasting your time. What is actually giving them that confidence that the Liberian people don't want good? They don't want reduction of government official salary. They don't want the increase of police officer salary. They don't want the increase of or civil servants as a whole, including the military personnel. What made them to believe that Liberian people don't want the good things? What made them feel okay, Liberian want to remain like this? No role, no role. I mean, we have schools are now structured well. Children are sitting on the floor. Most of the students got Johnny Tiabo because they sit on the floor. Nothing going on with their life. Market women, they gotta go shop today and live for tomorrow. So why actually giving these governments confidence to say, you know what, Liberian people will never will never welcome good things. They will never support good idea. They will never support anything that will change their life. Why really giving them that confidence? Monk to you and Ali and Mabel. What I want to know, I'm confused. Why really giving these guys confidence to believe that Liberian people don't want good things? That they will always refer to the bad things in the country. Why make why really giving them that confidence?
Ali, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Yes, for me, number one, the first thing I see, Liberians, we are very complacent. Or you see people today, they are working, they are making 150. You see people they are making $80 today, and they feel very satisfied with what they are making. You see, they feel, oh yeah, the money I'm making is okay for me. The person will go credit. The moment they take pay, they pay that money to the person. They credit again. They feel complacent or whatsoever they are giving them. Today you see Liberia National Police, you see immigration. All of these people, whatsoever they are paying them, they are there. They are satisfied with it. That's the first thing. Anything you get at Bureau, man, they feel so complacent. All they know, the name should be on there that they are working. Because what they pay them 125, at the end of the day, they are exploiting other people. And number two, the people feel to themselves that Liberians, they're able to stand up for themselves. Today, like for example, just what we've been saying here, the first protest that were here in Kenya, who had the protest? They see people that elected the government. They see people that stand up against the government. And if we continue to do that in the country, you think government officials, they will say, oh, you're wasting your time? Because they know these are people that elected them, and when they're doing the wrong, they can stand up to them and say, no, we can't take this from you. But with that happen, no. These are some of the things we feel so complacent, and when we elect these people, we tend to slave to them. I want integrity, I want mind. Everything we just send it to them, we look at them, we say, okay, continue, Mr. Kane, 2010 coming, we will get you all. 2050 coming, we will get you all. And all that year, you know, when you are to your age, you know what? If we can stand up against these people, when we bring you there, you're doing the wrong thing, and we are not there to pressing you. We stand against you. We say, we will not allow this. If it costs us 2-3 days, we in the street. We say,
We're having problem.
Yes,
Monk,
I think, Brother
I
Ali.
think we lost Ali, Brother Ali.
Yeah. So I don't
Yeah, Monk.
want to go, or you want me to go? But Mark, go ahead. Mark.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
For me, I got a whole different mindset about this thing, and the reason people in public offices they don't take these things seriously. I look at it from a generational standpoint. I look at it from a numbers perspective, the demographic, the breakdown, and I know the best people who knew themselves before the war that were of age that can remember most of the things. You know, the one thing that I subscribe to is you cannot think beyond your level of exposure. The reason a guy like Sekou will come here and be mad because during your time you saw structure. It was not perfect, but you saw some good things in the country. So you know what good thing is. Now, if you go to the statistical breakdown of the population in Liberia, the people below the age of 25, they are 63%, right? That's almost 4 out of every 10. You look at people that have never saw anything better in that country, never saw better life in terms of go school, healthcare. Maybe I would say, people, if you are below the age of 25, then maybe you were born in the late 90s or early 2000, right? Or May 2000, I would say, because we're in 2025. So in the 2000 upward. And everything you saw in Liberia is dysfunctional, from education to healthcare. The idea that those people can demand something better is almost unrealistic. But if Oyumancho Kanga or Sekou or anyone, let's say maybe in your early 50s or late 40s, at least even the people that in their late 30s, they saw a glimpse of a better Liberia. So they can relate. So when you're talking about putting pressure on the government themselves, they are monitoring the feedback from the society. They know that the people themselves, why do you think Joseph can go and dedicate Hempon? Sekou, you think a guy like you would consider Hempon to be development in this day and age? You will never.
Not
Because
at
you
all.
because you saw something better before. So a hand pump cannot even call it for you. It won't even be a starting point for you. But guess what? There are people in certain part of the country they are yet to see even a basic light bulb. So every little thing that happened for them is a development. Someone can call me, oh, the government building the road from the old bridge to Simple Bridge. I said, my brother, the National Port Authority that generated most revenue for Liberia, the one they call the gateway to the Liberian economy, is on Bushel Island. That road will be double lane or triple or quadruple lane. So if you facing that road or rehabilitating that road, for me, it's not nothing, it's not development for me. It should have been that way. It's going to be one of the best roads because you're talking about that where the port is situated. And the port is what brings most of they generate the most income for the country. How will you be facing such a road? You want me to employ it as something big? No, for you it's something big. For me, it's nothing big. So it's about the demographic. It's about the generational change. It's about the people who know better. And you said it right, that when you don't know where you are going, you won't know the road that will take you there. That's why our people get confused every election, because they themselves cannot emphatically tell you what we want. You ask the average Liberian, what do you need to see in Liberia to be the Liberian making progress? He won't give you a definitive answer. He will jump out all the place. I'm talking about if you were to open the line and say, I want everybody to call on this show and give me a perfect description of the Liberia you want to see. 9 out of every 10 won't be able to tell you. So the government themselves, okay, if we don't have pressure on us, if the people themselves don't want better, and we know that the vast majority they don't even know better, we can just do anything we so chooses to, and people will believe that we are doing okay because they have never seen anything better. Second, the day we get responsible leadership, wherein Liberia will go for a decade, and people start seeing real results. Trust me, at that point or after that particular president, you will start seeing people raising the bar much higher. But until then, everything will be done mediocre in Liberia because people are yet to be exposed to excellence or seeing the society working better. That's just why it is. That's my own observation. Maybe you guys got
So in a nutshell, you're trying to say that the buys are low.
The buy is low.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Cannon, that's the point
Okay,
of it.
that's not better. Second, if you cannot rush our tell how can you expect to prepare a passenger plane?
Yeah, I agree.
So Mr. Cannon,
Let's listen to me one.
yeah, I think Monk and that brother Aliu, they just said everything. For me, I think all of our situation right now we're into all started from the previous 12 years that quote unquote that we today we can say we squander, because Mr. Cannon, I think after the war there should be a free education. You know, when George Bush Jr. came here and brought books, I think there was a reason for which he did that. That means after war, these people need to be educated. But our politicians, our people, our own people say no need for us to read or maybe for us to train the minds of these people. Because when we train their minds, that means they may let them, get the understanding of good and bad. So the only way that we can control them, let's put them into mental slavery. And Mr. Kane, look, it will take us years Let me be frank. Because right now, as we speak, Mr. Kana, whether you like it or not, I think you can also you can see the kind of attacks are coming. Even if you post something that is in the interest of the people, they will insult you for what you even posting. Like for example, now we are even getting later news that nurses, midwives using foam light to treat patients at the Chiribo Jolly Clinic in River G County. Yes, nurses and midwives, they are using phone light. No security, no cleaner. The same nurses, the same midwives, they are the one doing everything. Well, but when you say these things, your own Liberian, they will come back for you and say how you not like government, how you hate government. I don't get it. Well, again, Mr. Connor, is the mental slavery tactics. You know, look, the politicians, it will take us years, Mr. Connor, because we into a very serious embarrassment, even to the extent that when they take it from you, by the time they carry you, president, like Rwanda, that means they have done 100% for you in your life. For me, I say, bro, I don't get these things. But again, Mr. Connor, for me, these are some of the causes for which we are backward and we will continue to be backward because of the kind of system that the politicians they put together to make our people look like they don't have no right to even stand up. And when they stand up, that means they are against their own government, or maybe the war will come, or something else going to happen. Can you imagine, Mr. Connor? Now we live in a new world. We've got technology. You have all right. You have all right to hold your government accountable. Tell them what you want. Like Brother Ali said, why wait for election time to change somebody? Today, the house not calling people blackmailer. Today, the house can say anything that you want to say. Why wait for what 2029? When the same Dawa did yesterday, that placed a bill in us for salary reduction. But today he withdrawing the same bill. But you said that all is well with you. When you talk, your own people will come back at you, insult you, that their life is better. Well, again, for me, it's because of lack of education, Mr. Kane.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think
okay, yeah, I'm confused on that one because it's too tough.
Yeah, because it's too much, man. Because Monk, living in America, also having the privilege to work in corporate America. In Africa, you don't know. Sometimes people kind of hard, what they do. They can be ashamed of their job because of they're not making money. For example, when I came into this country, started driving truck. From there, I became a dispatcher. Then we formed our own company. I became operation manager. I had the privilege to talk to corporate America leaders, CEOs. I'm talking about multi-billion-dollar companies. In fact, many community organizations, when they're having their programs, we should sponsor them just to carry our flyers. Imagine in a country where you started driving for people, then you start getting your own truck, one, two, and more. Talking about owning a company. Where is that possible? It is because of the system. In Liberia, we have no system. It's so disheartening to see us here sitting here talking about people getting paid $100, $200, $150. That is the bare minimum people can make here a day. If you work for $20 per hour and you work only 8 hours a day, before tax, you are making how much? $160 a day. There are a lot of companies here that pay people way more than that. Some of our nurses, some of the people that people can be mocking at. Some of our nurses, some of them make $35, $40 an hour. There are some people and there are some nurse practitioners in this country here. They make $200-300 a day. A day. They work for different companies, different companies. They can choose where to go work for that day, and they make $200-300 a day. Now, I'm not talking about a week, but a day. But in Liberia, you'll see somebody who's struggling to eat. There will be bad muffin people in America. Say, oh, you're cleaning poo poo, you're pushing cartoon. Some of the people that are telling you you're pushing cartoon, they're not even getting $5 a month.
Yeah.
When you are making $300 a day cleaning poo poo, they who are not cleaning poo poo, they are not even getting $10 a day.
Yeah.
But they mock at you. I'll let you know one other one. Mock, you're mocking this guy, Samuel Tour. Samuel Tour used to be a truck driver. Samuel Tour used to be a truck driver. Samuel Tour moved from there. He became why? He became a banker, right? A tailor and then a banker in America here. And guess what? Samuel Tour ended up being a minister of finance because it was in America. That's what America can do. America is the equalizer. America gave you the opportunity to be who you want to be if you're serious. But in Liberia, we don't have the system.
Yep.
We don't have the system. So the people who are actually happy for what they are doing, you see, somebody just said it.
Yeah.
Somebody can make $200 a day.
Yeah.
So okay, somebody can, one of this guy, this my friend here, Ben. Ben is.
Is that a minimum of $400 for nurse?
Okay. No, but I always want to say something. I always want to say the minimum because you know what? I know I have family, I have friends who work on those fields. Melbourne, in Liberia, they will mock people who drive trucks, right? Here in America, you have people who driving trucks that are making $3,000-4,000 a week. I'm not talking about a month, a week. That ministers in Liberia, if you can't make that money until you steal it. So in Liberia, we sit over there and mock at people. You're pushing cartoon in America there. You're staying down there. You're eating this and that. You're eating blah blah blah. But yet you don't even know. All you need to do, you can get the same privilege. You can get the same opportunity. Put the right people. Put the right people in power. They will provide job for you. They will create investment. They will invest in private sectors where you don't have to pay for government job. Where they're not making mockery at people that voted for him. The other day, he said, the people there, they can be coming to your door, when you on their car, you get that money, get a copy. The other one that you don't get a copy, then you became the yeah.
But Mr. Kana even one CNA, their salary, you know how many police they pay in a bureau? Just one CNA, their Monday salary, you know how many police officer salary there in a month?
Anyway, before we go for the news book, I want to say this. Let me tell you something. In Liberia, we can get to the same level even better because our country is small. The resources of that country is enough for people to get what they deserve. But you know what? We have to set the standard. We got to vote for the right people. People with the answers to all the problems we have. Well, you give me one. I think we're going for the news bulletin.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Okada.
We'll be here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. No, I said before we go quickly, 30 seconds in passing. You know, Mr. Okada, and I can feel sorry for some of the people. The same people that can be insulting you people. On the internet, I can follow most of them. And the same people are struggling. Behind the same, they will go to Dallas, they go be begging them for money. They go be begging them for things. They go be begging them for all kinds of in fact, they go there with their problems back to back. If Senator Dawa doesn't want paying you good money, my dear, you will not go there to go begging for $50 or even $25 or even $100. No, but because he paying you, or in fact, some of you are even doing volunteer work. That's why you go to these places. But again, I go for the news break. When we come back, Mr. Connor will go more into that. And maybe about 7:30, we go to a line to talk to our people right here on the show. So, folks, we are about to go for a
No,
news
no.
break.
As soon as we come back,
Hmm.
maybe we'll not take 10 minutes. Then we'll go to the line because we don't have enough time to to talk about to digest what we're going to say
All right,
in that.
Emmanuel Charles, look at you. Emmanuel Charles, they made 270. Then when you cry, you can be blasting Emmanuel Charles. We want better Liberia. Good man. I like that. So let me go for the break. People will be right back.
But the person in the studio, I'm not saying okay, the newscast or just keep okay. All right, maybe we'll wait after the news. We'll come back.
Asia News, the premier source of accurate news. Bulletin is up next.
Good evening, Asia News Bulletin at 7. I'm Johnson Batoma presenting. In the headlines, the Liberian National Police Nimba County Detachment confirms the arrest of two individuals believed to be journalists with a single barrel gunshot during the Nimba County by-election. The government of China was scouring opportunities to over 200 Liberians to seek advanced tertiary education in China. President Joseph Boakai nominees George G. Sulu as Liberia's ambassador designate to the Republic of Italy. And away from Liberia, at least 40 people have been killed in an attack on a camp for displaced people in Sudan's eastern Darfur region. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. The Liberian National Police has confirmed the arrest of two individuals believed to be journalists with a single barrel shotgun during the Nimba County by-election. Nimba County Police Commander Manley Lama named Chris Sako and Tabo Sawa as the two individuals. Speaking to journalists Tuesday in Nimba County, he said they were arrested between Yanga and Goma Play after police authorities were alerted. Police Commander Lama is assuring the public that fundings for the ongoing investigation will be released to the public subsequently. The government of the People's Republic of China has awarded scholarship opportunities to over 200 Liberians to seek advanced tertiary education. The initiative will see 92 Liberians departing Liberia for China and 172 enrolling at various local universities in Liberia. Speaking at the reception for the scholarship awardees Monday in Monrovia, Chinese Ambassador Yan Chiwon said the initiative is aimed at deepening China-Liberia relations by promoting mutual understanding, knowledge sharing, and human resource development. He praised the government of Liberia for prioritizing education through its arrest agenda and reaffirmed China's commitment to supporting Liberia's education sector through infrastructure projects, training programs, and learning opportunities. Making remark at the program, Education Minister Dr. Jaso Jala lauded the Chinese government for its continued support to Liberia's education sector. According to her, the initiative demonstrates Liberia and China mutual relationship, thus admonishing the awardees to remain focused in acquiring knowledge to nation building. President Joseph Boakai has nominated George Sulu as Liberia's ambassador designate to the Republic of Italy. In a communication through the President pro tempore of the Liberian Senate, Nyamli Kanga Lawrence, President Joseph Boakai urged the Senate to accord the nomination expedited consideration upon its return from constituency break. President Boakai emphasized that this will ensure a smooth transition and sustained momentum in the government's diplomatic engagements. Upon confirmation, Ambassador Destiny Sulu will be charged with representing Liberia's interest in Italy, deepening bilateral relations, fostering economic cooperation, and advancing nations' foreign policy priorities. Nimba County District 7 Representative Musa Biriti has learned President Joseph Barker's intent to resubmit the 2025 national budget to the legislature for recast as a dangerous abuse of power in the country that can barely provide its citizens most basic needs. Representative Musa Beniti, in a strong worded letter to President Joseph Barker, said this could be a grave mistake, one that risks staining the Liberian leader's legacy and deepening the suffering of Liberians. The citizens' movement for change political leader reveals the national legislature, especially the House of Representatives, has always exhausted its own budgetary allocations, stressing that with the recast, it intends to quietly refill every one of those lands, and though they were never tough. Representability added that the timing makes it even more troubling, alarming that with only 5 months left in the fiscal year, there is no justification for such fiscal manipulation. It is clear that it is sickening, treating it as economic crime. If the president endorses it, and, and he will be labeled as an accomplice. Grand Cayman County resident George wants tougher measures that will seek life imprisonment for those convicted for the importation or and distribution of illicit drugs in Liberia. According to George Usman Fikar, the recent drug law shows how weak the country's fight against drug is. George Fikar said illicit drug poses a serious challenge to the country's social status that is fast eroding the moral fabric of the society, shattering families and endangering public safety, as well as undermining the productivity of young people. George Fikar further revealed the Grand Cayman County, especially the Blue Waterside border across, serve as a major entry route for illicit drug trafficking, claiming that the record shows that illicit drug and substances are arrested every day by agents of the drug or Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Interestingly, according to our RCI judicial correspondent, Joe Fika wants the drug law to speak with clearness and determination, but this, he says, the law cannot instruct sentencing limit for drug offenders, while the court has as interpreter of the law is sentencing offenders far less than required by the law. He stressed that sellers who perpetrate the chain of destruction should get a maximum sentence of 30 years and max or minimum 20, and while users must be held responsible by carrying a maximum of 20 and minimum of 10 years. The Ministry of Justice have officially launched a second cycle of responsible citizens with the aim of training students to serve as ambassadors for justice and respect for the rule of law. Speaking when she performed the launching ceremony, the Acting Minister of Justice, Kora Konowa, cautioned the students to utilize the training program. Minister Konowa encouraged the students to be appreciative following the vetting process with which was sponsored by the Ministry of Justice. Also speaking at the program, the coordinator of the Responsible Citizen Project at the Ministry of Justice, Abigail Besaji, said the training could enter or center on common things that constitutes violation of the law. If you are just joining us, please be informed that this is a bulletin of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. We broadcast from Newport Road, Painesville, outside the nation's capital, Monrovia. In more news, the Governance Commission, in collaboration with the Monrovia City Corporation, has embarked on a two-day policy dialogue aimed at strengthening the cooperation of the MCC in human resource mobilization. Speaking at the program marking the beginning of the policy dialogue, Governance Commission and the chairman, Professor Alari Toba, stressed the need for effective city administration in order to meet the growing impact of the increase in the number of people coming from rural parts to settle in the city's capital, Monrovia. According to Professor October, an effective city administration will determine how the resources are distributed in the MCC deliver services to meet the growing urbanization. Also speaking, Monrovia City Mayor John Safa pointed out that the spoiled heritage of the city faces persistent governance, fiscal and service delivery challenge that block its potential to become a well-planned, inclusive, and vibrant city or capital that the residents deserved. The Ministry of Gender, Children, and Social Protection is poised to enroll over 3,000 street children in academic school comes September. The initiative under the Ministry of Save the Future project is geared towards ensuring the persons living with some form of disabilities children have access to quality education. Giving an overview of the project and engagement with persons with disabilities, Tuesday in Concotan, the project director Ellis Divine stressed that the initiative is designed for the most vulnerable population, which is aimed at promoting inclusivity. According to Divine, this phase of the project will target Masterado County, making sure that over 3,000 street children are enrolled in school. For a part, Deputy Minister for Gender and Children Protection, Berman Tupa, emphasized children's right to education, noting that gathering seeks to solicit the view of vulnerable population on what they are confronted with. She assures national government's commitment to safeguarding the future of the children. And away from Liberia, at least 40 people have been killed in an attack on a camp for displaced people in Sudan's eastern Darfur region. The Apple Shock Emergency Response Rapid said Monday's assault was carried out by the Rapid Support Forces. The Persistent Committee in nearby Alpha City, made up of local citizens and activists, also reported this. That's RCI News Bulletin at 7. To end this news, a recap of our major developments. The Liberian National Police Nimba County Detachment confirms the arrest of two individuals believed to be journalists with a single-barrel shotgun during the Nimba County by-election. The government of the People's Republic of China awards scholarship opportunities to over 200 Liberians to seek advanced tertiary education in China. President Joseph Boakai nominates George G. Sulu as Liberia's ambassador designate to the Republic of Italy. And away from Liberia, at least 40 people have died in an attack on a displaced camp. People in Sudan's eastern Darfur region. That's RCI News Bulletin at 7. I'm John C.
To the second batch, as in spotted the Liberian TV network. I'm going live here. So now we see. You have seen a female here. A female there. You are seeing a female. A female there. So this is the second batch. So this is the second batch being taken from the Warfare Center. Second batch with a filled truck. With a very filled truck. The truck is absolutely packed. With a very filled truck.
Well, so we're back, Mr. Cullen and Brother Aliu. And let me see, where is Monk? Okay. Well. We're back after the news break. That is the news bulletin. So those of you who've been watching and those of you who've been following the news bulletin, yes, indeed. Thanks to all of you for holding on in my chat. That's good. I like that. We have so many things. There are a lot of health workers that are struggling, and the news coming from River G also is not too good for us. That nurses, midwives using phone light to treat patients. The Chidibo, right? Chidibo jacket is that Jackakin Clinic. Yeah, Jackakin Clinic in the River G. So yes, indeed. I don't know what Mr. Connor is here now. But Adi, so we're back after the news bulletin. And I don't know whether you're following it. So, what say you with the news break, or in fact with the news bulletin?
Yeah, maybe or who the president appointed as ambassador to Italy? I didn't get that name clear.
George Solo, former CDC chairman, I think he left the CDC nearly almost 8 or 9 years ago now, right? Yeah.
Okay, congratulations to him. We wish him all the best, and we pray that he should be confirmed and serve our country interests outside there. That's cool. Yes, that's a good thing. Congratulations to him. Yeah, so far so good. I think I just wanted to get that clear. And back to what we're just discussing. Okay, Mr. Kane is already here, and he said we'll go to the line. Yes, so you're talking about cleaning people using torchlight in the living room, but you get people generator making 3,000, 4,000 that the government cannot even provide generator or fuel to a government hospital. Nurses are using torchlight, yes, in the living room. See how disgusting it is. But when you talk today, people come after you. Like you were saying, some of these people that will go to these lawmakers, walking to their offices, they all their shoe nail lay one side to get $50. Even from them, they are the one that can be on social media whole day insulting people, threatening people life. When you can like, bro, we do this to you, we do that to you. They are not thinking about their life. And that they're not making mockery of them now. That's what they want. You see? So why you sow is why you reap. 2029 coming again. Why they sow is why they going to reap from
I
2030
love to be
all
here
the
when they
way
can teacher for me.
upward.
Again, really, really get to me 2020 now. Maybe like why they are having like. But I'm Mr. Kana. Yeah, Mr. Kana. Nothing can help you go to that war. Yeah.
But we can hear you. It can hear the audio more than you. You know, say it's here that 2029 stress now. People are not stressing him too much about 2029, 2029. It's time when I say that 2029 come and pass now. So the thing here is that Liberian people, I don't want to believe that you don't like good things. I don't want to believe that you don't want to improve your life. I do not want to believe that you want to settle for little. I don't want to believe that. I certainly don't want to believe that what we have now, what we have seen for the past decades, are the best. No, with the best of Liberia is still ahead of us. But only us can take us to it. Nobody else. If we continue to vote for people that we know, they have nothing. You know, the question that I asked you guys, I know all of you answered the way you wanted to. And I love the answers that you gave. You know, I just want to use two political actors here as a case study. Back in 2023, 2017, and 2023, Alexander Cummings of the ANC in 2017, of the CPP in 2023. The case many of the people were making against Cummings as an excuse for not to vote for the right thing, for the right person, for good thing in the country. They say, what has he done for the country? What has he done for his own people? What has he done in Maryland? Oh, let a man run for representative for it. Let a man be senator for it. Let a man be the one for it. Let a man be that one for it. That was the excuse. That was the excuse he used to vote against him. That was a justification to go and vote for corrupt-minded people. What has he done? Now, that was said in 2017. It was even intensified in 2023. Now, Musa Ability, as a case study, Musa Ability is now a representative. Musa Ability did for his district what none of you have done in your district. Some of you would have served 2-3 terms. But this man did all of those things before even being elected. Musa Ability is now a representative who is fighting for the Liberian people. Just look at what the journalist just write. The journalist was saying that Musa Ability is going against the Liberian government for the recast budget, because what he was saying, in short, for those of you who may not have understood what he said, because those were standard English, but let me just say in a simple way. The Liberian government said the budget that passed, all the money that were in there, whether for senator, for legislature, for minister, for all the government people there, they finished eating all the money. All the money, budget, they're not money that laying down there. The money that is projected that they're going to be making. The money that they think people are going to be giving to them. Or the money they're going to make from your taxes. The one they call budget. So they expect a certain amount of money. So that money being coming, the one that have been coming, they be taking it small. But because they're taking all the money they're going to be taking now, they want to go for recash. You know what they call recash? They want to redo the budget again in the middle of the year, so that they can put some more money there for themselves. Like Mo was saying, all the budget that was allotted, that was allocated for all the areas, majority of it went to salary. But the salary only go to a few people. Police people, they are not there. Nurses, the data there, the nurses there, they're not there. All the security people there, they're not there. They don't care about them. The salary they're talking about, the other Baga office, the American office, and lawmaker them. So now, the money they finish stealing now, they want to recash the budget to put more money there for themselves again. So at the end of the day, Labra will benefit nothing. You, the common people, you will benefit nothing. Your school will remain dissipated. Your hospital will remain with no ambulances, no medication, no electricity. But yet, they're going to put more money there. All Musa Ability say that one is too much. Nothing there for the Liberian people. Every day, we're taking money. Every day, you're taking money for the government people. It's too much. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? That's stealing from the Liberian people. You can't do that. But yet, that guy is fighting for the Liberian people. He's fighting the people that have stolen millions and millions of dollars. But yet, he did not even stop there. That man is building bridges, schools, hospitals, giving cars, pickups to healthcare centers. But by the time the man talk, the man of FIFA road, you have your own road there that's stealing from you, but that one there, they're okay. But the man who you say that FIFA road, FIFA said the man, they said the man made money $50,000. And the man showed a record that showed that the money that they say he stole, the people even owe him $200,000 as LFA. FIFA went against the man simply because the guy, he said, you want to put up strength, you want to defend Africa. You got a mind as an African, as a black man, to say you want to be FIFA president. All the Michelle Platin, the Seth Blatter, all the other people who said Musa Ability stole money from Liberia Football Association, LFA, they were all convicted as criminals and went to jail. Why is it that Musa Bilete was not arrested and convicted and went to jail? Nothing. But let's assume they say Musa Bilete took $50,000. Musa Bilete said his record show LFA is still alive. You're taking your government. Musa Bilete say the record show that LFA owe him $200,000 as opposed to he's taking $50,000. But what am I trying to get here at Melbourne and Mong and Ali is that this guy building bridges, schools, hospitals, doing all the good things in the country. But the reason why they say Kumis was not doing nothing, Kumis has not done anything, because Kumis was not saying it. Kumis was not talking about things he was doing, even if he was doing some things. But Musa Bilete doing things, they are all saying it. But they want to put that under the carpet, sweep that under the carpet, and focus on, oh, FIFA said the man was suspended. Made a FIFA rule. Oh, in fact, Musa Bilete got roll for money. Roll for money, you say Musa Bilete company owe taxes from the government for $3.5 million. That's what you said. Joseph Vargas stole $10 million from Group of 77. You're making president. Jeremiah Kuhn was accused of selling human parts. You're making vice president. Ellen Johnson Salif sponsor war. You're making president. Her president. Somebody who is fighting for you, somebody who is spending his own money to build school, to change your life. You have something, so that excuse, flimsy excuse to say about that person. It means that most of you are not serious about life, especially the Unity Party people who continuously attacking and insulting Musa Bilete for standing up against them. So what I'm trying to say, in short, if you say Kumi did nothing, now Musa Bilete is doing everything. Now you still have something, a special excuse to give. But the people who are stealing your money every day, you're supporting those people, and the people who are fighting against them, you say they are the role. Shading the role, covering up the role, the real criminals in Joseph Boaga and government people, but you are there calling people who are fighting them, who are telling them to stop stealing. Mr. Bilete just told you. They have been a vanguard of all the fight. When Mr. Bilete first came to the legislature, he said, you know what? Let's audit the legislature so we can stop stealing from the Liberian people. You're not saying that. So, Liberian people, let me tell you the truth. Whether you like Musa Bilete or not, whether you like Kumish or not, or all the other people then who mean well for Liberia, who are aspiring to change Liberia, if you can respect them, don't denigrate them. Don't spoil their name. If you want to cover your criminal, you want to protect your criminal, then protect them. If that's what your life is made for, good for you. But we should appreciate people who are doing good for us, people who are standing up for good, people who want to change our country, people who want to use our resources to develop our country, not those who are stealing it for them and their family. I just want to say that so the Liberian people can know exactly what is going on. Joseph Boaga and people, they are insulting our people. They are taking everything from our country, stealing from the country, selling Wologisi Mountain, stealing millions of dollars from Nuka. All the money that they are making at the Freeport, all the money they're making at the Water and Sewer Corporation, they're putting everything in their pocket. They finish taking all the money in the budget. Now they are calling for recast. When people call for that, when people say they are doing the wrong thing, they get angry. They call you rogue. So I just want to bring this to your attention that the real criminals is Joseph Boaga and his people. They are the real criminals. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Kane. So again, Mark, before you come in and that about Ali quickly before we go to the line, let me just send out this message to our leaders and government officials, and those of you who also in power, that nurses and midwives using cell phone. That's the latest news coming from River G. They are using cell phone for light to treat patients at the Chidibo Chaka King Clinic in River G. Please, they are also saying that there's no security, no cleanup, so they are the one doing everything according to our contact person, Ben T.C. Brooks, also who are filling us in with this information from River G County. So, Monk, yeah, go ahead. Any other thing quickly before we go to Orlando, either add with our people?
Well, I just want to add to what Seku said. That's why I say when I do my own personal at top level like Bureau, that's why I keep telling you. If you don't know where you are going, you won't know the road to exactly take you there. In the case of politics, you won't know the leader to pick in an election to give you the kind of a result or the kind of a country that you want. The people in Liberia, I keep saying that it's not the politicians, the people themselves, they are accomplices, they are not victims because they will justify at any given point in time. That's why I keep saying more of a generational shift and the exposure to something better. Because the last time I checked, these people voted for Imaya Nukwe and McGill on the fact that when you stay in Liberia, if you can spend the money in Liberia, it justifies why you should hold public office. So why would you want to question chairmanability if you support the idea? The president who sits in power currently, he made a statement. We call you to come in, you put your hand in the voting, asking who hands it. What do you think you were talking about? He justifying stealing. So I don't know how you can pick and choose, and you can be doing cherry picking between criminality. And the man who you accusing of being criminal, he has defied you on so many occasions. Call for an order of the lawmakers. You can go for your FIFA or road funds. He's subjected to appearing before any competent jurisdiction to do an investigation. But yet, the thing is not about chairmanability or what chairmanability is to get the minds of the people, Seku. They will always find an excuse to self-sabotage. The reason they never want that comments, I told folks dating back to 2017, I say in this particular day and age, in the current dispensation, there is nowhere on the planet that I will put Joseph Boaga Cummings and Georgia on the ballot that they will even be competitive against the Cummings. Nowhere. It can only happen in Liberia. So the reason they were talking about how Cummings should go to the legislature to become a lawmaker, no, it was just an excuse to pass over him so they can settle for familiar faces because the same place they wanted for Cummings to go that way, chairmanability is out right now and doing exactly what a lawmaker need to do, and even exceedingly than what we expect of a lawmaker. But guess what? In his own district, they voted for a guy who was there for 13 years without doing anything for his own constituent, yet they able to give him the godfathership for the entire county, not only an ordinary county, but the second largest county on the electoral map in Liberia. So the whole idea that Liberian people want something better, that's a lie. They don't want anything better. They subscribe to what they believe in. They enjoy everything happening in that country. So when you hear them talking about, oh, we want better Liberia, corruption, no, you are not against corruption. Matter of fact, you are enabler of corruption because from the president to past administration, you justify as to why people should steal from you. And then you twist the table on people who are trying to do better. So how can you convince a guy like me that you want a better Liberia? No, you are only paying lip services. You have no interest in the better Liberia because you have never seen anything better before. So you subscribe to that politics that somebody is corrupt, but yet you are justifying why you voted for people who stole in broad daylight. What happened to Sir Joseph recently? We saw them calling on this show. Sir Joseph revelation about what happened in the party administration. Guess what? They flipped the switch on Sir Joseph. Oh, they tell me you got in our party. Our party is a religion. Some people will go and come. I said, look at these people. You will won't tell me about.
Yeah.
You're not interested in what Sir Joseph is saying, but you're interested in the timing of what he's saying, and your party is a religion. Come on, huh? But anyway, I start right there, my people.
Well, thank you. But I need 1 minute. Maybe you have something, or maybe something that you want to say quickly. But Ali, okay. Well, so quickly to just add up to what Mr. Kane and other Monjo stated. You know, I follow Samuel Jackson into all of a controversy and so forth between him and all the young people, and something that he posted, I think, since yesterday. And in fact, he now also accusing this government, or in fact, he making the statement that here are some of your lies, because quote unquote they accuse the previous government of killing 4 auditors, and up to now they are not being audited. So, Mr. Kane, all of these things I just try to just say this thing that if you accuse people of killing people, or of doing so many things, of embezzling, of stealing, of doing this, and the power is in your hand, and you still crying, then for me, I don't get it. So maybe that's your politics.
Exactly. That means you're just lying. You know,
Yeah,
you're just lying on them because you have the power to do whatever you want to do.
yeah, that's the
You're
thing. So
right.
for me,
You're right.
I don't
You're
get it.
100% right.
Myself, I'm even confused because you don't damage people's character in a form manner in the name of, oh, it's politics, and you have the power, and you're not able to even carry any of the people to court. Up to now, we still see CDC officials still passing around those people that you accuse of killing here and there. No, but then I mean, the people that just stay there, literacy is suffering us. So 0770 203125. That's the number to call. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, neighbor, this is Derek King, and I do join you from a small little resident. You see, this is why we said to people in the past, and we continue to say those things that we've been saying to them. You know, when people come to power to lie, and they lie to come to power, now they come to power, they are still lying. They are still behaving as if to say they are running campaign. Campaign time is over. It is time for leadership. But what I see for this government lack leadership. This government lack direction. Everything that Mr. President, like we have 2 speakers in the country for 7 months. Today, we still got 2 transport ministry of the Republic of Liberia. The traffic management, today I was driving coming from RIA. I met them at Jeremiah from my house on the halfway there, shopping time, and they were doing vehicle inspection. What they are doing, they are using the police as a person for them. And they sit back in a black vehicle and watching the show. So if the government really think that they able to lead, they lie on people here that people kill people. That Global Mususka. She said Javazi Tamakoji called people to kill Shara Musu. When they were burying Shara Musu, she said, we will find that killer. Said she came from jail. How many months now? She got her lucrative job. She no longer talking about finding the killer. All she focused on to get her job and get her money and live comfortable life.
Thank you so much. I think what Mr. Connor said, I think that will just be another topic by itself. Seriously. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes, go ahead. Mayome, go ahead. Don't come tell what to do. Hello, 0770203112. It's what be going to our channel. You know me get shame to be talking at it. It's what be talking about training your own for people to be coming to you. Don't know the hello, let's go. Yeah, go ahead. They say people were running here to you to come to come go to school, but now you're running to other people country. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, my issue has to do. I just listening to people talking, and then this government on the message to be using around no phone like you refugee, that all of the counties, it sounds so frustrating because the government is to prioritize ain't no heaven, and not need message to not need to be crying because they say your reactor, you woman have my money or woman have your food. Then today again they're using food like to carry on delivery. So their say should be after they say why should we use food like to be carry on delivery? So that should go back to them. So that's something that is strange because we knew that this thing was going to happen. So thank you.
Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. All right, keep your calls coming 0770203125. Please move away from your monitor if you call in. Those of you also that are calling on the WhatsApp. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, yes, we're okay. My brother, thank God.
Okay, my name is Mamu Sefu. I'm calling you from Brownsville. I just want to address one issue that my brother Kane talk about, and that has to do with what Honorable Mobility said. And I know he has a very good intent of restating what Honorable Mobility said, but I just wanted to get a little thing added to it, and that is, I don't think a recast budget means that they have taken all of the money out. You know, I think Minister Honorability is just trying to say that there is something that the people in the house want to do. And that is, they want that there are some items in there. They want to behave as though that everything that were on those line items have finished, and they will be able for them to include them again into this recast budget. He's asking the president for the president to reject that one. He shouldn't take anything added there by the House of Representatives because he's there, he knows what is going on. So a recast budget does not necessarily mean they are taking everything up, but he's in favor of it being a recast budget outside of what his comrades are intending to do to add up into the recast budget. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. Hello? Yes, my dear brother, go ahead.
And I joined this conversation from this yesterday. Well, when I hear with the in a bureau, we are the cause of our problem because we find more people in America and other teachers. We find more because people sitting in America think that we are in a bureau with those doctors because Liberia looks like a village in America. So when they hear America, they understand everything. But when we look at their analysis, they find us. So know that the air is no, it is not really going down with their analysis. So when I hear military force saying this today on another independent radio station, right? I'm not talking about political parties or for something. I'm talking about independent station.
Go ahead. We'll listen to you.
They appear on when he explained. They call the co-chair on West in a final Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas explain to the Nigerian people that no, the city or in 2 or quarter 2 of the budget, right? So every city more than 1 quarter, every city more than 1 quarter, so that 6 months go into this budget. They just in quarter 2, they are not even going quarter 3 or 4. So how would they
6 months? Are you saying 6 months going to the budget?
Oh yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
What is the evidence? He cannot give any evidence to the people, but he carry the journal that open my customer to go bring the bank account, how much money in the account of the legislature. That the only way you're so right the way you say that the mobile show the bank account number or you should have.
All right. Thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, boy, and good evening to your listener, and good evening to your partner. Imana Chana is my name. I do drive on the script to every Japanese period. Everybody, when they conjure when someone speaking of our own, and we take the person to be that type of bad person. When our president, I tell you, a company tell a lot of things against President. We are, the economy is looking like the budget is not going the welfare way of the Liberian people, and now they are come to power and the budget. Look at the things that are necessary using flashlight, you know, the type of money where we are in now. We are doing things like we say in the 40th century. Like people that go ahead, our president will leave or impeach, and the company for now will change him. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. Yes.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Thank God, my dear brother. Go ahead.
What's up to the crew in the United States? My name is Eddie P. calling from Chicago Party. You think God will come and rescue all of our house, excuse me for the sense of our stupidity, then another thing, God will help us. Because we are making a blunder issue and it comes to election in this country. Neighbor, you should have welcome of passing a riot, you hammer down my salary, I will hammer down your vote. Look at what is little today. Look at what we're going to today.
And they are the one using torch light or phone lights.
For somebody to do flat there, neighbor, do you know who headed to? And neighbor, because jumping the lamb. Look, nobody will infringe on my right. You can be whatsoever. You enjoy that opportunity. That's time for you to enjoy. But nobody will tell me, say, who has not football. I'm a citizen. You tell me today, you can be in America, you speak whatsoever. And not for you, that your opinion you speaking. But nobody will tell anything, say, don't vote for CDC. For what basis? How to vote for Kennedy? Do you know how many presidents have ruled that war? So the only
All right. Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening to you. This brother G, asking what they call it for PJAB tomorrow. Mom said that people did not make more salary in the past compared to today. And a living witness, before the war, before 1980 war, engineers were making close to $1,000. The late William Aratoba prioritized doctors, lawyers, and engineers. When the coup took place, when the coins were minted, and when those said the Liberian dollar went to American dollar, it dropped. So if you were making $800 US, they price to $8 Liberian dollar. I experienced that. I came from college at that time myself. Okay? And the second thing Mom is saying that if we have a good government, you said you have a good government. Why is a good government? Then you made reference to CSC. Let's look at CSC. Look at people now CSC appointing. Bangura, Peter Tobe, our former representative from Nimba County, Kopugago. I did not see old people coming back. The thing is not the new party cannot. Who are the people who win the party? The new breed of people. So when the Liberal Party, not new parties. The government is the Liberal. We all got to pray that sincere people get into the government and make sure that everybody has the right things run the right way.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Louis. Thank you for joining us, and let me say good evening again. Thank you so much.
Maybe I want to thank you. Maybe you have to exercise restraint because you're not easy.
But yeah, we do.
Listening to the view of the caller, somebody just named the CMC people. He said Smith Toby.
Oh yeah.
He said Wilfred Bankura. He said that the same recycle people from the CDC people. So he's simply trying to tell Mr. Cannon that I don't care what you do, I don't care what you say. But I mean, Liberia is a difficult place. I like to say hats off to my man Newborn, to Mr. Cannon in the US. The terrain here is a difficult terrain. The Liberian people are so complex and complicated. Newborn, the people, their CDC building are entrenched in their head, and the Unity Party building are entrenched in their head. Newborn, Mr. Cannon and Monk, to get it off, it's a difficulty. Trust me, you see the by-election is ongoing today in Nimba. There are reports that we're getting that the Unity Party and the MDRT Kennedy. No, I care what you do. I listen to Mr. Cannon. I listen to him. Sometimes he tried to push. I listen to Milborn. The CDC and the Unity Party, trust me, 2029 and the two parties will be in contest for the president. They will dominate in the parliament. And they will be in competition for the president, whether you like it or not. Let me say something before I leave the line. It's just a woman. This woman, she see a poor guy. She's struggling with a guy. She say that the guy she prefer with. There's a rich guy somewhere who want her. But she said when she go into that rich relationship, she will be enjoying you, but she not satisfied. She prepared to suffer. She prepared to go through the hardship with a poor guy that she love. You can't do nothing about it, Mabel. She feel comfortable. She feels, complacent. She feels satisfied with that poor guy in that relationship. There's a rich guy here who prepared to do. CDC and Unity Party will be the battle line again. Nothing you can do about it. That's what the people want.
All right, thank you. That's why for me, I'm calling for all Liberian opposition. Hello?
Okay.
Yes, hello, go ahead.
Just one more so we can have to respond.
I don't know what is our problem because when people start to do let's first you know, but my people that are coming up now like chairman for the party and I see people who were corrupt. So I don't know because here you will not be the president, you will be the president, but you will not be everywhere, you will not be the public works minister, you will not be the finance minister. So I mean, for me, new political parties, they get the mindset of us. Even the people that in America, they don't have the problem here. We're going to go. Some of them, even the people not going to sell money, they will not go to the fucker at the time. So today, they are coming up to cry. So you see, that's the kind of person we get. Everybody taking the blame. Now they want people to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody taking the blame, and that's the fact. The last caller quickly cross over to the team. Hello.
Hello, Miss.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for your show. People want to give you this power. I join your discussion from Omega Market in Legacy of Therefore, in this country, the way as compared to former President we are safe here. Now they are come to our mission. The senior government people continue to carry on. Almost 2 years now, we cannot see physical development, no physical development that we can see to convince her and put that key to do something. They just doing something out of the way that was made in the people don't know that the street, there is no attack. You will ever trap. You know that people have been working on the street while Samuel Twins, the final minister today.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's go to the team. We get a report that 2 persons arrested in Nimba with knives at one of the polling place in Nimba County. It's not easy though. The Nimba election, we hope and pray for peace and everything. But Mr. Kana, we're back after listening to our people.
Thank you so much. Mo, are you there?
I'm here.
I'm listening.
But either way you want to, if you want to go first, I say you want me to go first. It don't matter.
I'll go later. Go.
Well, I listen to Luis and some of the callers, and they are right to a certain extent. You know, I know they always find a justifiable reason why they keep voting they know or they prefer faces. But when people are making that case, you need to listen to you need to have an open ear, even if you disagree. Sometimes in politics, I always say this: in politics, it's not about the reality; it's about the perception. It's what people think. That's why they make their reality. And it makes sense because I learned that from that attire suffering rally. Sometimes when you want to be the new breed, you want to be the political leader who say you can change the dynamics, you need to also watch your circle. Because these people already got 2 parties entrenched in their mind, like Louis said. If you keep coming with the same recycled individual and putting it in strategic position in your party, it's almost like you are on money the cost. Then how can you keep making the case of a brand new idea? Because we ain't talking about regular people, we're talking about party officials, the people at the higher ups in the new party. So I'm listening to the conversation and it will start resonating over time. I'm not saying it's up to the chairman himself to rethink the strategy, because the one thing I remember saying during our attire suffering rally was about coming to. If you really want to have a attire suffering rally, you think Louis Brown will be that? I keep telling you, in politics is the messenger, because the messenger is the one that will put that optics out there, and what people will buy, they will build a perception around the messenger. So from that day, I learned something new like brain politics, and that's what politics is all about. It's very, very complicated. You got to think, take a step back, and think again. So maybe they're telling the chairman and his CMC or whatever new political party will be in the making, if you want to make the case of being a new player with fresh idea, then you got to watch your circle, especially the people that are in the hierarchy of the party, because you cannot be making a case for a new library, a new idea, and then come with familiar faces. Because one, the caller said it right. Mr. President, you can only occupy one office at a time. You will have a labor minister, you will have a justice minister, you will have somebody at the Freeport. You cannot be everywhere. So if you keep bringing this corrupt individual with think that pass and keep preaching the gospel about new library, then it means you're on a man, your own campaign. So I just hope the chairman is listening out there. Anyone that I think one new party.
So I'm enjoying the conversation. I hope we'll have time to discuss CMC, and we'll have the chairman, political leader invited, so we can all have this conversation, or maybe the Secretary General. But let me say this. I want the Liberian people to understand, in every political institution, you have something called policy. You have a platform. You have a governing principle that you're going to use to run your government. Liberia is a small country. Who leads the government, specifically as president, for the most part, decides the direction of the country. That's how Liberia has been. Unless that president becomes a follower of his surrounding. We're not going to go invent new people. You're going to have the same Liberian people. The problem, what policy do you have? How will you react when somebody is caught in corruption? Let me tell you something. Everybody knows how to behave. But you know what? They look at the top. They look at your policy. They look at your agenda. They look at the actions you take when things happen. All the Liberian people we're talking about right now, former or new government officials. Most of them have lived in America here. But 80% or maybe 90% or 98% of them, they live here and they were law abiding. They live by the rules because the rules are here. Because they know if they violate the law, they will be prosecuted. They know if they steal, they will not only be fired from their job, but they will be prosecuted and possibly be locked up. They know that. Also, you can tell a party that started to engage in development, road construction, bridge construction, versus a party that will all people that have been telling you the whole time, if you elect us, we'll do S, Y, and Z for you. At the end of the day, when they're elected, they turn their back to you. You know the difference. So what I'm saying in a nutshell is that it doesn't matter who comes on board. But whoever will come on board to join the CMC, you go by the rule of the CMC. You respect the constitution of the CMC. You respect the agenda, the policy of the CMC. If the CMC agenda is zero tolerance on corruption, zero tolerance on all the criminal activities, and you come and join the CMC, it means that you are telling us that you will follow those rules. Those are things that are missing in Liberia. So yes, there will be people that will have some questionable, history, even though most of those people things are subject to being, somehow prosecuted and being somehow or convicted in the court of law. But even if you have a tainted character, or even if you say if people accuse you of doing X, Y, and Z, and you came to the CMC and say you want to support you and want to be part of the CMC, CMC will not discriminate against any Liberians, regardless of your history of being in Unity Party or being in CDCB and all political party. We're all Liberians. But when you come in with a mindset, with an agreement that you will live our rules. Our rule is zero tolerance on corruption. Audit will be periodic. We'll be having audit everywhere, whether in the legislature, whether in the judiciary, as well as in the executive. So if people should not be afraid of people coming. Think about the policy. Look at the blueprint. Look at the platform of the party. If that is something that speaks of, zero tolerance on corruption, no out of nepotism, not employing people based who know you but based on qualification, following the rule of law, following the constitution of the country, definitely CMC will be different. And CMC can never be than the other two parties. And then to conclude to what Louis was saying, Louis is telling us that the entire Liberia is full of UNE, CDCN, and Unity Party. That's a lie. That's a lie. We have close to 5 million people. Less than 2 million people voted in the last election. 1.8 million people voted in the whole election. So I can tell you, we have a lot of people in the middle, and we have a lot of people too that are disenfranchised, that are some part of some of these political parties that can go for the good thing and switch to a different party. Maybe you just cut me off. Maybe not happy with the thing I'm saying right now. Yeah, maybe not CDC. Maybe always want us to believe that it don't have to be CDC or Unity Party. So maybe otherwise we still have 2 minutes. Maybe cut me off, but it's okay. So but inside of their face, everything changed because they don't like that.
No, we'll continue the discussion tomorrow because it's very deep.
It's very deep. I like the conversation. It's exciting because you know what? Because many people think those that will come in the party, they will make decisions for you. No, that means your party, you have no blueprint, you have no platform, you have no policy. But our policy is zero tolerance on corruption. Even if you are the person that you believe that you make CDC to come to the leadership, if you are corrupt, you will be arrested, you'll be investigated, arrested, and prosecuted, and put into jail. If you do that to 1 or 2 persons, even they are closer to person to you, the other people will behave. The whole country will change. Also, the development agenda is different. But you know, and Louis then they had the same belief that it has to be the CDC or Unity Party. If not, then nothing will go.
The two parties.
You know? Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, we'll be back and
tomorrow we'll expound the conversation, because for me, I love listening to people in Liberia. Sometimes the way how we see things, the way we analyze, and the people over there, the interpretation is very different. They can send that message indirectly, and you must pay attention to what they're saying, because that's how you can start building a trend. That's how they can form their own narrative. If you don't debunk it from the beginning, it becomes a law. That's how it looks like in Liberia. But
exactly.
Yeah, tomorrow.
But you know, we'll have time to actually set the record straight and clear some of these things. But I think it was a great show. I really enjoyed it. The funniest thing, the way the show and the way people left the show was tie face and then just cut us off and go.
Yeah,
and go. It was just funny. It was just funny. But more, thank you, my man. Thank you for the show. And thank you, everybody. We appreciate your time.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who wait to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us care and the promise of them. So welcome and life without care.
I lyrical
Master.
Clear police who make you. I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. And I know. And you love me.
Sktv, the past and Liberia.